Hey guys, it's Joey Ace again. Well, I'm coming to you as Joey, not the 5-star stud. I'm coming to you again as Joey, the guy who's been wrestling for 15 years and also been personal training for 15 years too. So my last video was me talking about kind of making your time mean something when you're starting out as a pro wrestler and you want to maximize that time in which you're training, not and trying to balance life and all that stuff. This one is going to be more about when you're just starting out. And I had thought of, and I should have wrote this down, but I didn't write it down. I said, F it, I'm going to wing it. And it was going to be like, that's 10 things you should do, or like the 5 things. And I'm going to like break it down to maybe like three things. So think of like how old you are when you're breaking in. If you're anywhere from like a teen to about early 20s, and early 20s, and I'm gonna be specific, maybe like 23, 24, from maybe like 16 to that age bracket, 16 to like 23, 24. First off, if you're in New York City, you're in a great spot. It's one. There's a lot of opportunity to get you moving and get you started on your pro wrestling journey. There's, House of Glory Wrestling, Warriors of Wrestling. There's like a couple of open rings out there that you can kind of run around and play to kind of get your feet wet a little bit. Let's say, but you're in a mindset of you want to take it serious. Ask yourself a couple questions, maybe a few questions. Literally break out a journal and kind of do a life inventory. And this is the first one. Your mode of transportation. Like, you start out, you need to get around, right? So if you're fortunate enough to have a family and have a car, then this isn't for you really. You could just drive kind of around. You got it. You're good, right? Your folks will pay for whatever you need to be paid for, and you're fine. But let's say you came up kind of like me, bottom of the barrel. You didn't have much. You didn't have anything really. If I was talking to my 18, 19-year-old self, I would have said this to him. Kind of, you live in New York City. Your hub right now is Penn Station and Grand Central Station. Those are your hubs, right? If you are going to commute to wrestle and it's out of New York City, also Airport Authority. So, but for trains, it's going to be Penn and Grand Central. Example, you have, let's say, a booking out on Long Island, right? Maybe Victory Pro Wrestling snags you up for something. You can take a train, a Long Island Railroad train from Penn or Grand Central and go, and you're good. You come back home if you live in, let's say the 5 boroughs, or you're good. Let's say you got something in Philly, bam, Amtrak, boom, jump on an Amtrak train, you're there. You can also do a bus if it's cheaper. There's Mega Bus, there's Flex Bus, there's Hour Bus. There's all these big bus companies that you could jump on and get yourself going. Me thinking back, I totally would have, and I didn't do that. I had some friends and close friends that I carpool with, and that's another thing. Carpool, right? You grab a few of your guys and you're driving off. Boom. I would like to tell you to, as you progress, think big cities. Think going to big cities to kind of apply your trade, and wrestle is, you got Philly, you got Washington, D.C., but there's not really a lot of wrestling down there. Long Island's really, really good for that. Go up to Boston, right? Train, bus, take you there. Maybe Chicago. If you don't want to fly out also, too, like, flying will be cheaper, not necessarily cheaper. I mean, I meant to say faster. Um, Maybe not as convenient as just jumping on the train and going. Um, let's say, yeah, like Chicago and stuff like that. Going more of to the west is gonna cost you some dough and time. So depending on what you do for work, you you figure it out of how cost efficient that is. Um, that's one. Two, get a credit card. It's gonna be expensive. That's just, there's no way around it. But you want to kind of get your, okay, get my 8x10s, maybe get a shirt done, maybe get this done, get gear done, pay for my training and that stuff. You got a credit card for it, and you get to pay it off. Be responsible with it. Things could get out of control. You don't want it to get out of control, but you want to kind of factor in and look ahead a little bit while you're doing this. Yeah, and I would say there's a third one in there. Right now, I can't kind of grab and think about it. But those were like two big ones: is travel and get a credit card. As far as for work and stuff like that, that would be in another video I'll talk about. But yeah, again, guys, if you have any questions, comments, put them down in the comment section. Like, follow, share the video, do all that jazz for me. Because this could help someone. I'll break this down into more details as we move along, and I'm sure I'm gonna touch base on other things too. But anyway, thanks.